One of the questions I get asked most often is this build solo self-found viable? Is this build hardcore viable? Why is this build so squishy? Why am I dying? I keep dying, and I just haven't been able to see it. So I've played this build in solo self-found and hardcore, and I actually am currently playing it in solo self-found hardcore. This is, of course, my Frost Blades Trickster. A lot of the other questions I get asked is the new dual wielding claw mastery good? I wanted to answer that, so I decided to test it out. And the answer to that question is yes, it is very, very good. In fact, I decided to test a leveling route. It was some of the fastest leveling through the axe in a solo self-found migrated fresh league start environment I've ever had with no leveling gear, and it was very, very quick. I think I made it to Blood Aqueducts in less than 4 hours, and I'm no racer and I'm no hardcore player, so that's really impressive for me. And I think a good racer could probably take this exact same build, probably all the way through the axe in like 3.5 hours. It is very, very quick, quite high damage, and the footage you're seeing in the background is my first red maps on this character. I'm currently level 86, obviously no deaths because it's hardcore, and I'm on a 4 link, and I'm using almost all of my equipment, including my weapons, are things that I found in the axe. I haven't upgraded my gear almost at all, with like the exception of maybe a ring, since I've been in maps. So this is on very bare minimum gear, no uniques, all rares, and I am absolutely crushing the game. So some of the things about survivability I wanted to talk about were specifically playstyle related. There are a lot of strengths to survivability with this build. I don't currently have a shield on the build I'm running, which is one of the biggest defensive pieces of the whole character, and I am very, very easily surviving pretty much every situation. First of all, the Trickster has the Frostblades Trickster in particular has one of the most powerful defensive measures in the entire game. It has the ability for about 95% of enemies to have 100% chance to avoid damage. It's a very simple trick. You've had it on your toolbar all along, and you might not be using it. That is Frostblink. Almost all enemies can only hit things that are in front of them. They only have attacks or spells that go out in front of them. There are exceptions, of course. There are things with omnidirectional attacks, but almost everything can only hit what's in front of them. Frostblink has a very, very low cooldown, especially against bosses. If you want to fight a boss, often you can just Frostblink to the other side of it. It's chilled for 30%, you're attacking it, and then as soon as it's able to turn around and start winding up for its next attack, you can just Frostblink to the other side of it again, and you have a 0% chance of being hit. I've used this against Izaro. There are some bosses you can't use this against, but there is basically no danger against like 95%. You can't use this against like Kitava. Also, you have to be a little wary because there are things like Lightning Trail, which will shock you if you flash behind them, but you can also do like an adjacent kind of off to the side, and it works the same kind of way. So this is an extremely powerful tool. Everybody has access to it. Another thing you may notice while looking at the maps is I am not standing still. The few times I do stand still, I get hit sometimes, and sometimes it does a lot of damage. I get really close to dying. Well, if you never stand still, almost nothing in this game is balanced in such a way that it will hit a moving target. You very rarely are hit by anything if you're just constantly moving around. There, of course, are exceptions. Sometimes you'll get unlucky or you'll accidentally charge the wrong direction. There's, of course, different factors, but generally speaking, like those lightning towers are not going to hurt me. The crystals that explode after death, if I just move out of the way as soon as I kill any rare, I never ever have to worry about those. So not standing still is a big component of it. I am going to go over this character overall and go over the gear, talk about it. And then I'm also starting tomorrow going to release a new leveling tree because I think this is a very exciting alternative to the basic Frost Blades Trickster. And it has the ability to, just fly through the game, but with the drawback of it being a little bit more dangerous. You have to play a little tighter in order to get by, but overall it's very fast, very fun, very powerful, and once I do get, various uniques, this could be much, much higher DPS as well, because you're looking at just 20% more attack speed, which is basically 20% more DPS. The other drawback being is that you have to get 2 good claws, but I do have a short that you can check out on my channel that explains how to craft the claw deterministically, and yeah, you can just make 2 of them, so exact same thing. All right, so this is my character, Secret Strats BEG. I made this character after doing a couple of like the first 2 acts test runs to try out different things. Currently /played is just under 12.5 hours. Some of that, of course, is just dicking around. And of course, /deaths is going to be 0 because I am playing hardcore. So yeah, as you can see, solo self-found hardcore. And my current map progression is 45. I'm just getting into red maps currently. Still have a lot of yellow maps to do, but I have most of the white maps complete with a couple of missing pieces here and there. So got all of that going. And yeah, I'm just kind of steadily making my way through. This is my current setup. It's pretty standard for any kind of league start. So when I start solo self-found, I do the same thing. I get all the shapings. I go through the Kirak missions and grab commissioned officer. I get all of I like to do, of course, the June missions, and I'm going to be getting tamper-proof secret operations and the twice tempted as well. So I can get a 6-link, because as you can see, I'm currently on a 4-link. My current 4-link is Frost Blades, Trinity, Nightblade, Multi-Strike. And my current other gem setups, I'm running Steel Skin. This is self-cast. Another important defensive mechanic is Steel Skin. Whenever you think, Steel Skin has a very, very low cooldown. Very, very low. 3-second cooldown. You can just press this whenever you think you're out of position and might take damage. It'll be back up very, very quickly. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to, you shouldn't be playing cast on damage taken Steel Skin. You should just, figure out when things are going to hit you and learn to actually manually block them. I think manually casting guard skills is actually a much, much better solution. I can also get increased duration and probably should get another red link on here. But yeah, I haven't like fully optimized. Another thing people ask me a lot about is Blood Rage. Normally I don't run Blood Rage because I run Ice Bite. And I don't really like the degen. However, in this case, I wanted to take my most powerful links, and my most powerful links are without a doubt Trinity, Nightblade, and Multi-Strike. And also if I run Ice Bite, I cannot get Trinity because I'm currently using Wrath. So got Grace, got Herald of Ice, normal stuff, Whirling Blades with faster attacks, Frost Blink with Bone Chill, Ancestral War Chief, Ancestral Protector Multi-Totem, and Precision. Low-level Precision, currently level 2. I could get it a little bit higher, and I probably will need to, but I'm currently at 100% chance to hit. So that's that. Skill tree before the gear. I do not yet have Heartstopper, so I'm in red maps. I do not have my physical taken as elemental craft for my chest yet. I am working on that. I do have a physical taken as fire, but it's only the 2nd tier because I haven't gotten Exalt yet. But I do have that on my helmet. All of my gear is low item level. I got this in Blood Aqueducts, this claw. As you can see, it's nothing special. It's just crit and attack speed. It's even crafted attack speed, so it's not that good attack speed. This one, crit, attack speed, crafted lightning damage. Need the lightning damage to help with the Trinity. Keep the Trinity up. So I have a nice little balance of cold and lightning damage, as you can see here. It is, yeah, quite nice. Very easy to keep the Trinity up. But this too, level 68, I got this, before I was even in maps. I got this in Act 10. Amulet, 62. This is an incredible amulet. I got very lucky on this. So this is kind of an outlier, but 86 life, 15 all res, and then Fizz 2 attacks, which turns out to be some cold. And then, yeah, this is way too good of an amulet compared to the rest of my gear. Body armor is just kind of a lowish life roll with triple res. Helmet, and it's item level 60. I got this once again in Act like 8. This, I Yeah, it's level 70, so I must have gotten this in maps. But for the most part, very simple. It's just life, a little bit of regen, some resist, phys taken as, and accuracy, which is nice. Ring. This is the one that I upgraded most recently. This, I needed the strength. I got this as an unveil, as you can tell, because I have the hybrid life and flat mono regen. So it's just high strength, some resists, and then crafted on the lightning damage to attacks. And then this is life, accuracy, and resists. Item level 69. So yeah, this is all low item level gear. I'm literally using item level 47 gloves. I could replace this at any time. It's just a very low life roll, 20 life, very low resistances. I even used I only got 3 Eldritch currency, I think, so far. I don't even think I have any more. Hope I have one more Ember. Let's use that on, I think my helmet is probably less likely. Let's use it on boots. Just use it on boots, see what we get here. Chance to avoid being frozen, absolutely useless. So, yeah. This is absolute garbage tier, and I even wasted stuff, but I did get good Eldritch Implicits, and it does have attack speed and damage and life and resist. Just really low base, really low stats. Not good. Item level 70 belt, strength, life, crafted armor evasion. Don't even have the chaos to craft the better tier. As you can see, my currency is pretty low because I've been somewhat rushing through maps here. And then boots, another item level 70. So yeah, I did get some upgrades in like tier 3 maps then, it looks like, but for the most part this is, yeah, all just kind of junk gear. But this is life, 30 move speed, and a decent amount of resists, including some chaos resist, which I really need. So overall, really good. I have gotten really lucky on my instilling orbs drop. It's like the only piece of currency that I've gotten a lot more of than I would normally get. So I have been able to automate 3 of my flasks. My flasks are a diamond flask with less curse effect. My level 4 Quicksilver that I got from the very first quest in the game, and I'm still using it. I'm not sure that I have a better flask. Yeah, I need to look for better flasks. But then I have a silver flask with gain a flash charge when deal crit and stun black recovery, bleed and corrupted blood immune life flask, as I always use. This one's 20%. No, it's 19%, almost. I do have a 20% on my Stibnite, which was the very first craft I automated, mostly because I don't like hitting the 1 key, but this one has some flask regain when we deal crits, and also a lot of movement speed. With my flask up, I only have 13,000 evasion, which is very low, as you would probably know, and that's because I'm not running a shield. And I also have very little regen, so you can see my blood rage, which I have on my click because of the my left click because of the button scarcity. It is there, but yeah. I haven't used the Crucible tree much. I did in Act 10 go to the ossuary and craft these 2 when I had them. I got pretty lucky on the rolls that I did get, though. I got cold damage, attack speed, and then percent strength and dex. And on this one, I got lightning damage with increased lightning damage taken, which is a little scary and hardcore, and then attack speed and chance to gain onslaught on kill. And the following ones are completely unnecessary, and I definitely don't want to get the no inherent bonuses from Dex, because then I'd lose a lot of accuracy and evasion. But getting Ancestral Call and Volley are completely pointless, so no need to upgrade these. I was saying when I did my first update that all of my deaths basically were to Crucible, and that is absolutely true. Up until Pinnacle bosses, I don't think I died to anything other than Crucible at all. And I think this kind of proves that, because honestly, if you're just fighting the base game for the most part, you can see I'm losing so many defenses. I don't have Fortify, I don't have Heartstopper, I don't have a shield. You should not be dying very often on softcore if you have the defensive layers. I don't have my Fortify and hit on my body armor. I don't even have enough damage to like overwhelm the game. I have like 300,000 DPS on a 4-link. So I just think it's if you're following the guide properly and you're not standing still, because you know a lot of the defenses come from the freeze, they come from, you know, the slow from one step ahead. When I'm charging into packs, even before I chill and freeze, and I mean I'm mostly, as you may have noticed, I'm mostly frost blinking into packs. they're getting 30% chills from this. They're getting 8% if they're not on the chilling ground reduced. They're only at 92% of action speed. And then as soon as I start attacking them, they're going to be at 30% chill basically always. So they're going to be so slow all the time. There's just no reason for things to be killing you, really. As far as sustain goes, I should go over the skill tree because this is really important. So one of the reasons I really like the dual wield is inherent attack speed bonus from dual wielding is doubled while wielding 2 claws, and 10% of leech is instant per equipped claw. So I also have 10% of leech is instant on the leech mastery. I have 30% of leech is instant. My life regain on hit rate is 1,900 and something. It's almost 2,000 last time I checked. I haven't checked my POB in a couple of levels. It might be higher than that now, but I'm getting almost 2,000 life regain rate. You definitely saw it in action, and because I'm a trickster and we have one step ahead, we can't have our action speed slowed. We can't be temp chained, we can't be frozen, we can't be chilled. There are very few things in the game that actually slow just attack speed. There are things there, but they're very few and far between. So nothing can stop us from attacking, and we're attacking very quickly. And the life gain on hit rate doesn't even tell the full story. When we're fighting a lot of things, that life gain on hit is just for one single attack. We have an additional strike. So we have the attack mastery, so that doubles it. But not only that, our Frost Blades, they fire projectiles, 9 projectiles. That means we're hitting up to 20 targets, and we are getting 30% of the leech. All of those will have separate instances of leech, which would normally be capped, but instant leech bypasses the cap. It doesn't go, like, since you're just getting it instantly, normally you would leech up to a certain percentage of your health per second, and then it would stop there. That you'd be limited, and you just start gaining that much. Instant leech will instantly apply however much that leech would have gotten you to go towards that cap, and it will just apply instantly, similar to life gain on hit. If my math is right, if I'm hitting 20 enemies at once in a big crowd, I'm regaining I think it's over in between 12 and 20,000 life per second. Think about how much you're getting for like regen. That is huge. That's enormous. Other than that, the skill tree is pretty normal, except that I do go down to thick skin and entrench because I don't have any suppress gear. So I have to get all of my suppress from the tree. So I have quick step, inveterate, and also entrench, along with intuition and resourcefulness. So that's pretty big. This is my jewel. I path through here because it's quicker, and I'll be able to get frenetic for 1 point on my next level. So that's really big as well. Unfortunately, I haven't yet been able to, and I won't be able to unless I get Claws of the Falcon, get the skills supported by Nightblade have increased elusive effect, nor have I been able to get from the Shadows and the Dagger Mastery, giving the extra crit multi. Both of those will skyrocket my damage, but what might skyrocket it more is lethality, and because I'm dual wielding, also have access to Twin Terrors, which is another reason to come down there. Twin Terrors is a decent amount of accuracy, good amount of crit chance, good amount of crit multi. 100% crit chance. Very, very good. The claws have 7.8 and 8.25 crit chance respectively. So, and yeah, that's very, very big. But other than that, it's pretty much what you would expect. I did take the flat life, of course, because I'm playing hardcore. And I have yet to take Elemental Focus because it's less important, although it is still very important because it's going to influence our shock effect. I actually pathed through, by the way, the damage and energy shield and elemental damage here, and then swapped over to this stuff a little bit later. So all of that stuff is going on. But everything else should look familiar. It's pretty much the exact same setup. I'll be doing an updated alternative leveling tree on my official guide. I haven't updated that in a while, and it could use a little refresher with all of the stuff I've learned over the course of the league. And I will also be releasing a full playthrough of the 10X on this character on a fresh migrated league start. I probably won't do hardcore this time because I don't want to have that kind of pressure while I'm recording. I don't want to, I guess, like stress myself out not trying to die. So I will probably just be doing a softcore solo self-found run, but I'll do a full playthrough there so you can see it in action and see if this alternative version of the build is something you're interested in. So, would I suggest playing Frost Blades in hardcore and solo self-found? Solo self-found, absolutely. Hardcore, honestly, probably not, but it can be done if you are good at Frost Blades. Now, you do have to be good at Frost Blades. You can't be the kind of player that just stands there and attacks things. You have to be, frost blinking and using your movement. And you have to be able to recognize when threats are coming with Steel Skin. Outside of that, don't play this on hardcore. Don't play Frost Blades on hardcore unless you're going to go a much, much more defensive setup. But if you are good at Frost Blades, if you've been playing it since I've been putting out guides for the last couple leagues, if you're like, a veteran and you don't die in maps, basically ever, which is where I'm at currently, I don't, only big bosses will occasionally kill me, and even then, not really often anymore. Yeah, give it a try. It's very fun. It's very strong. Hope you enjoyed. This has been Ryan from Behind Eyes Gaming, and I'll see you next time. Bye.